Hey. Hi. I always say hey. My name is Dr. Cheryl Meyer, and I am a psychologist in my day job. And I help people navigate through their spiritual awakening and help you wake up to your own inner knowing, your intuition. I have this understanding of the world that, we're all souls. We're God consciousness in a body. And we have, I'm like, hello. We have capacities in us that are hardly awakened in most people. And so it's kind of a magical idea, but I'm part Native American, and I don't think it's just that. I think, the Native American part of me was a part in my DNA and my blood that was aware of the holy. And my grandparents on the other side as well came from this a German town in Russia, and that's just one generation back, but they were very mystical as well. And there's a lot of mysticism in all these different places, but I think it mostly comes from just knowing that you're a soul. Like, test yourself, feel, be present with yourself, and notice, like, why am I constantly drawn to the sun? I love this guy named John Butler. He's so great. He's English, British, and he's saying that grace, the grace that comes into our life, like these birds chirping, it's like, it's spiritual sunshine when we have grace, and we can feel the sunlight on my face. I see the dust cloud disappear without a trace. All right, that's a U2 song. It's just allowing. It's allowing. This morning I got a vision, and so that's what I was going to speak on really quickly because I only have a few minutes. I take out some time on my week. I set it apart to make these and then upload them and stuff like that for you guys. But I got this vision of like a couple falling in love. And if you think of the divine, right? Think of divine love. Some people use the word God, but so many people have misused the word God. I understand, I've had my own past experience where I can't pick up something that's called like, this is Christian music. I'm like, no, or because just from my own past, like it'll be healed out of me. And, but just someone pretending to be something, it's like a wolf in sheep's clothing. That doesn't mean everybody, it doesn't mean Christ himself was pretending to be something. He was something. And, we're all imperfect people, learning how to follow highest love. But most people, they say, the mystics and everything say that 95% of our lives are living in unconscious patterns. And it's sad, you don't realize your soul potential and your Jedi powers and the godness that's in you that can wake up to amazing consciousness and awareness. It's like there's some verse that says, my people perish from lack of knowledge. Well, I've been a psychologist for like 20 years, and so I have so much knowledge, and I just always want to give it away because what comes to me, I want other people to have wisdom so that they can have conscious relationships and not keep going in circles and circles over and over again, right? So I got this vision of a loving relationship. And I was thinking, like, what if we understood a God to be like, what if God was one of us, like really someone that was in love with us, that loved us, and if your soul is like a female, then it's like God can be like a male. Oh, there's a bee, look this little bee. I can hear him buzzing. I don't know if you got the buzz. Got the buzz. Buzz on life. All right, so what if God was like, a man or a woman, like the lover of our soul, that wanted us to have this union that we crave so much. You know what I was really thinking is, after that, I was off on this tangent in my mind and my heart about union. It's like we're spiritual beings, so we crave union in so many ways, and we look for it in so many lesser ways. We don't, we're sometimes deceived to think that God doesn't want anything to do with us, and that's a lie. Like divine love, we're made out of that. The Native Americans say we're at Mitakuwashan, we're made in the mind womb of God. So we're made out of that. So of course, God is drawn to him or herself. Like it's beyond him or her. It's like wants union with us just as much as we want union with God. But we don't know we can have that. So we settle for far lesser things. It's like my union with the strawberry. I'm like, or when I'm skating, someone asked me this morning why I love roller skating so much. And it's like, because, I just realized it just from answering the question is like, you get so sick of being used by people. Everything, it's like, you're using me for this to get to there, and you want this from me and this from me. And it's just like, it just feels so gross and you're so sick of it. It's like, my intuition had me play, "You've Got to Show Me Love" the other day. And I was like, why am I playing this? It's like, words are so easy to say a lie, and it was like, I'm tired of giving my love for these one night affairs, and not that I choose that. I don't choose that, but it's like that. It feels like that, I'm tired of giving my love and getting nowhere. That's what it is. And it's just like Elliott, my friend Elliott Smith, sang this song where he's like, I'm tired of dancing on a pot of gold, flaked paint. It's just flaked paint. You just get so sick of it. But what I was saying with this union with skating is like, you're not going anywhere and you're really, really present, or you'll fall. And you're getting balance in your life, because I have to shift my weight on both legs and do all these tricks and stuff. You don't have to do tricks, but you're becoming one. You're listening to the music. I do it at the beach. So I'm like one with the nature and the ocean and the music and the flow. You get in the flow state, because that's how we feel when we're spiritually connected to God. Okay. If I stopped at skating and I worshiped that, and I never went beyond that. If I worshiped the sun and never went who is the being beyond the sun? I want to know that being. I want to love that love, the love that comes through it. C.S. Lewis says in a book called The Weight of Glory that if we went to the song that we think the love was in, or that moment in history, the nostalgia, if we went back to that moment and we were like, oh, it was when this one person, I want to know what love is. That's not the song I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of this song by that same group. Is something about this one night. But it's like, you think that the love is going to be found there. No, that was just a vehicle. The love came through that. The love comes through my heart, not this necklace, my heart to you. We are like windows. It comes through skating to you. I understand why people go to the one night affairs, because in that moment it's like they're stealing, and it seems like the love is going to keep lasting because it came through by two people being present. If we were made male and female together and we were separated and then we're coming back, it feels like we're going to have union. It feels like I'm going to have it with chocolate. Or look, there's a strawberry right there on that truck. I don't know if you see it. It's a giant Mack truck that has a giant strawberry just parked there. Right? It's like, it feels like it's going to be a kind of union, and it is a kind of union, right? But if I put all my happiness in being one with a strawberry, I'll be missing out on the divine. I'll be missing out on the creator that loves me through all of this. How much I love trees, hug a tree. I love trees, and I love slowing myself down. But you see, what was coming through the skating is just this feeling of no one's using me. I don't have, look at this, the bee again. I don't have anywhere I've got to be. Look, I'll squat it down. I don't have anywhere I have to be. I'm just skating, you know? I don't have, it's like constantly giving myself that feeling of not being used was like healing from my childhood, because in my childhood, I felt like I had to be perfect for my dad to feel worth, you know? And so I always had to be an object for someone else to use. In my marriage, you know, I won't go into that right now, but before, because I was married, I brought that with me. That was the pain of my own childhood, and he had the pain of his own childhood that he brought with him. But everything can be worked out in love, you know? It all can be worked out in love. So love, you know, smelling a rose is like union. Entering a song, when I'm playing a song, it feels that same way. That's why do you think I learned how to play the guitar? I didn't know, but I learned because you're one in that song with the flow of the music, and you're creating and you're bringing love to other people, because we want to bring love to other people, because we are love. We are souls. We're just in this body, you know? What is the vision that the divine gave you for what you are meant to do in this world? Because if you're not doing that, then you're robbing other people of the divine flowing through you to the largest capacity that it can. And so when we're caught up in running after, okay, I will say this then, I only have I'm already over my time because I got to go back into a meeting, and they were running late today, but I was telling this woman, I was just like, look, you know, you don't realize that when you, let's say, if their kids are around, just whatever, earmuff, when you like hook up with someone that you don't know, and you're going for that moment, you're acting from lack. You don't realize. It just was coming to me in that moment to explain it in this way, as a psychologist, as a person, just as me, as studying all this in my own life. I'm always observing and trying really hard to be present, and at the end of the day going, what was aligned with divine love and what was off? Like, help me with what was off. But so it's not judging, it's just saying, when you're acting in that way, you're acting in lack. You're acting like the real love is not going to be there. The real commitment, the real union's not going to be there. So I'm going to just take it now. And you're agreeing with that other person. We're going to both take it now. Let's just take it now. But you're communicating by your action that, because we can't build a foundation, and I can't know your character and you can't know my character and who you are. And if we can build something that's going to be lasting and beautiful and blah, 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 I'm just going to take this now, you know? And it's coming from an understanding of lack, but you don't even realize you're coming from lack, you know? Slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race. It wins the race. What would you tell your own son to do, your own daughter to do in those kinds of situations? Would you recommend they just like hook up with someone and possibly have a child with someone they don't even know if you know, their last name or, you know, their Instagram profile, or they're not following each other or whatever, you know? I'm not laughing like it's a funny thing. It's like, consider, learn more what union is. Don't be ashamed anymore of going to divine love and just going, clean everything away from me that's not of you. I'm like, if I'm naked on the street, you know, I'm like, just take everything. Take everything that's gonna block me from love. Rumi said that. Don't seek for love. The mystic poet, you know, seek to remove all the barriers between yourself and love. You know, don't stop for just, you know, union by smoking some kind of plant and like union with that kind of plant. I understand the appeal, but there's something more. And when we stop at the less, we're actually stopping with lack, because we're insisting on controlling it. And like, I'm going to make my own high because I don't believe that there's a higher than that. There's a higher than that. I encourage you guys to seek that. Seek first the kingdom of God. You know, what does that mean? And the kingdom of God is within you. You're a soul. Awake to who you are. Awake to who you are. Awake to who you are. I wish you so much love. Share this. Thank you for being here. Much love.